Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to film a TBR, which I don't really do anymore, but it's spooky season. And I wanted to film a spooky season TBR. Okay, I'm gonna cross my fingers that I get through at least half of these things on my list. Here's the thing, it's September. It's only September 7th when I'm filming this. I'm not sure when it's gonna go up. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long to get this video because usually I suck at uploading these days. But we celebrate Halloween for 2 months, okay? It's only fair for the best holiday ever to be celebrated for 2 months at least. So I put up all my decorations already about a week ago, you know, then they're up all September and all October, and it just, my heart is filled with joy. So I wanted to share with you guys the books I'm planning on reading that are gonna fill me with that spooky season vibes, and I'm really excited about it. So without further ado, let's get right on into it. I kind of don't have a bunch of time to film this, so I'm gonna like give you guys the basics of the book without doing like a full-on beautiful back of the book summary to you. So these books are just books that I'm going to try and read in September and October, basically just to fill myself with spooky vibes. Maybe I can get through this video without making another slip up of horrible speech, but probably not. The first book I want to read is called The Diviners by Aloe. I'm really excited for this because I know I'm gonna love it because it takes place in New York City in the 1920s, and that's like my favorite setting that's ever been created ever, besides like Hogwarts Castle. So yeah. So this follows our main character named Evie. She's a little bit of a troublemaker. She ends up being sent to New York City to live with her uncle because her parents are kind of just like done with her, which like parenting kind of sucks, but that's okay. At least she gets to go to New York. And all these murders keep happening. It's a lot of supernatural stuff going on, and Evie also has a power that she hasn't really told anyone about, where she can take something of somebody's and concentrate and hold on to it really tightly and find out memories of this person. So basically she kind of uses it as a party trick when everyone's drunk, but it's a real power of hers. So she wants to use that power to help solve the murders going on in New York City with her uncle and her uncle's assistant, Jericho. I'm so excited to get into this. Don't even get me started, okay, on how much I think this is gonna become a new favorite book of all time, I swear. I know it is. I know it is, I know it is. Cross my heart. Okay, the next book I wanna read, I don't have it with me because Amazon ruined the delivery and I'm pissed. I was supposed to have it yesterday and now I don't know when it's gonna come. And it's the second book to The Diviners, and it is called Lair of Dreams. I can't really say anything about it, one, because I haven't read it, and two, because it's the sequel to The Diviners, and so obviously the same story is just gonna follow through. One more cool thing I forgot to say though, The Diviners, this copy on like Amazon is like 40 bucks because it's out of print, the hardback with this design. I found it on Depop for $8. I don't know, it feels like I stole from that girl, but I wasn't about to tell her that this book was selling for $40 on Amazon, you know what I mean? Like, I was about to get it for 8 bucks, so. Okay, so obviously The Diviners and Lair of Dreams, I will continue on with that series if I end up loving it, but I'm mainly just putting those two on my spooky TBR. The next book is Serpent and Dove by Shelby Matern. I heard somebody pronounce it earlier today in a video, and now I can't remember how they pronounced it. Matern, I think it is. This is about a witch who ends up running away from her coven and ends up in a marriage of convenience with a witch hunter. So she's hiding the fact that she's a So she's hiding the fact that she's a witch with a married to a witch hunter. And I don't really know why she's run away from her coven or anything like that. All I know is it's really spooky and dark. And all I know is I've heard if you like ACOTAR, you're gonna love this. It's more of a new adult book rather than young adult, but I'm sure it's gonna be classified as young adult. But the characters are slightly older than young adult, and I've just heard the best things. Two of my friends here on BookTube, Katie and Michelle, who are in the Overhyped Book Club with me, this is a 5-star read for them, and I'm really excited to get into it. And then our other girl in our Overhyped Book Club just started this, and she said she's loving it so far, Karina from Bookish Babbles. So this is our Overhyped Book Club of the month pick, so definitely read this. And I think that our live show is going to be the last Thursday of this month. I'm not sure the date, but I will put that on the screen right here. The next book I mean to read in this spooky season is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Earlier this year I was doing a reread and I kind of just got caught up with so many other new releases coming out that I stopped after Chamber of Secrets. But this is my next book, obviously Prisoner of Azkaban, but I also just got the gorgeous illustrated edition, so I'm probably just going to read it out of here because it's so pretty. But let's all be honest with ourselves. We all know that The Prisoner of Azkaban is the most Halloween aesthetic Harry Potter book in all of them. So I'm really excited because I just get so many Halloween vibes from this book and this movie. And what I've been doing with my reread is reading the book and then watching the movie. So I'm really excited to watch the movie because it's such Halloween vibes. Also, it's like one of the best movies of the entire series. But I also am just really excited to reread the book because it's been forever since I've reread Prisoner of Azkaban. And I'm sporting my true colors today, so. Okay, and then the last book that's like a must, and then I'm going to go over some extras that I'm going to try to get to, is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I read this like way back in high school, and I at the time said it was one of my favorite books of all time. I don't really remember much else about it other than that it's very paranormal, very spooky, and I love this cover. This is like the Penguin Classics like deluxe edition or something, and it's very Tim Burton. I think this is Heathcliff, and like look how Tim Burton that looks. I love Tim Burton with all of my heart. I'm really excited to get on into this. I believe the narrator, like the person telling the story in Wuthering Heights, is actually like Heathcliff's servant, I think. So that's really interesting. Like I genuinely can't remember anything from when I read this back in high school. It's a story about revenge, forbidden love, all that kind of stuff, and it's so spooky, so like paranormal feeling and all that, and I'm really excited to read it for my spookathon, okay? That's what I'm calling this. It's unofficial, but that's what I'm calling this. These are the next books that are kind of, some of them are already on my TBR in general, but also they're like extras for the spooky, atmospheric feel that I'm going for this spooky TBR. And I just knocked over my water. I just had so much enthusiasm that I just like knocked over my water. That's how much I love Halloween. Okay, so the next one, I'm not even gonna take it off because it's right here, is Strange the Dreamer. The entire duology, well, the entire duology, that makes it sound like there's more than 2 books, but I just said duology, so obviously that doesn't make any sense. So Strange the Dreamer, that is one I'm really looking forward to getting into. Obviously it is about, so Strange the Dreamer is about a boy named Laszlo who works in a library, who's having these dreams. He's been obsessed with the city that is in his dreams, that I believe. Like, I could be saying this all wrong. So it's just this story about dreams and a library and all this kind of stuff, and I'm really excited to get into it. I know so many people who loved it. Obviously Books with Chloe, it's like her second favorite series of all time behind Harry Potter, so that's really cool. There is a book coming out called The Bone House. I don't have a copy of it yet. I am going to get one soon. I don't think it comes out just yet, and if it has come out, it's very, very brand new. It's by an author named Emily Lloyd Jones. Yeah, no, this doesn't come out till the end of this month. It's basically about a girl whose family owns a graveyard, and so it's just spooky. I don't know much about it, but I've heard really good things about people who've read the arc of it so far, and obviously graveyard, the cover of the book literally has a golden skeleton on the front, so like obviously that's perfect for spooky vibes. Also, we have Ninth House coming out by Leigh Bardugo that comes out at the end of, or at the beginning of October, I think like October 3rd or whatever, something like that. Everyone who has read it has raved about it. I'm so excited to read Ninth House for myself and get on into it, and it's gonna be really, really dark is what I've heard. It's very, very, very dark, and I'm here for it. And then the last book on this TBR is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. If you've been around my channel, you know I already read this earlier this year. I think it was May when I read this. But I really want to do a audiobook reread version of this, just because I love, first of all, it's one of my favorite books of all time, and also because it just feels so fallish, so Halloweenish, and I definitely want to do a reread to get into the vibes. And also, this book is so atmospheric and so intricate. The themes in it are so interesting and complex that I've wanted to do a reread since I finished this, just so I can soak everything up again. And yeah, that's the plan. Okay guys, that is going to be it for this TBR. If you plan on reading any of these same books for your spooky season, let me know down below in the comments. And also, if you've read any of these that I haven't, or any of that I have, let me know your thoughts and feelings down below. If you have any fun Halloween plans, also let me know, because I love to add more ideas to my own plans, because it's the best season. Well, summer's the best season, but Halloween's the best holiday ever. So I'm gonna let you guys go though. Have a great morning, noon, evening, day, night, whenever happens to be that you're watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.